This is the Big Glasgow Comic Show on East Bartonshire Radio. Be warned, this is a spoiler show. Follow the Big Glasgow Comic Page on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Welcome to the Big Glasgow Comic Show. Today we're going to talk about Original Sin, Superman Unchained, Star-Lord, Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man, and then for the comic and TV news, we've got Avengers 2 casting, Henry Cavill in Superman vs Batman Dawn of Justice, and Bryan Singer Apocalypse news.
Choose your destiny. Flawless victory. Choose your destiny. Flawless victory. Fight.
Sounds more sexual than threatening.
Yeah, so we're right into it today on the Big Glasgow Comic Show, episode 21. That song was Mortal Kombat theme, requested by Adam Drummond, who won the cosplay competition, co-winner of the cosplay.
One of three,
who cosplayed as Cyrax from the Mortal Kombat games at last week's Ultimate Comic Mart. Today, you're all listening to myself, Mario, Marvel on the page, and I'm sitting in with with the man-child, the mighty Jamie.
You had to
get in there.
You had to get in there, didn't you, Mario?
Jamie was getting slaughtered in Rufus earlier.
Wasn't getting slaughtered, it was...
The barmaid made fun of
And here
him.
we've got a new host for you.
Yes, new host, I'm Ross. On the comic book page, I posted as Bucky.
Welcome aboard, guys.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Just wanted to point out that was a good segue, and you're all saying bad.
Right, I'm going
Yeah.
to turn Jamie's mic down the rest of the show, guys. So it's just me and Ross here today. Let's jump right into it. Big one this week: Original Sin issue 5.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Was a good one. Some wee points I loved about it was just Nick Fury's past.
Yeah, his past sins coming to
Yes.
light.
One of my favourite ones was it shows that he's been there for the major things in Marvel. Like, for instance, Spider-Man, when he was first starting out,
Yeah.
had a picture of him with a sniper rifle right at Spider-Man's head.
Yeah.
He could have taken him out, and that's it. No Spidey. Spidey's gone.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is this... That surely can't be the only instance. I think that might
Yeah,
have
there's
just
others,
been
I
a kind of a little glimpse. Like, it could have stopped Spider-Man. Could have also stopped Daredevil.
Mhm.
Could have stopped Punisher. Maybe going, well, he can take rid of scum that I deem to below me because I'm taking out all these aliens. So I wonder if maybe Marvel can do a little prelude, backstory comic series or something,
To show,
and have
yeah.
Nick Fury just wiping out all these aliens. I know they expand upon it in this, going into his dirty secret past that no one really knew about other than the Watcher. I wonder if they could do it. I would happily like to see that happen.
One thing also was Howard Stark was in it, so I'm thinking possibly there could be, I don't know, you know how they'll do it, like a secret tape or something Tony will find,
Yeah.
him talking about all the stuff that the government did, and then this whole the wall thing, which is a wall set above Earth, and there's one man in the wall taking out aliens that we don't know about. So,
Yeah.
like, from the looks of it, Nick's going to be coming down from that role. So
Yeah, well, to put it nicely, he's going
Try
to
to
from
be
the
nice.
end of it. From the end of it, he just basically everyone's inquiring, Nick, what happened to the Watcher? And he just goes, he died, and now I suppose it's my turn. Like from the fact that we've got old Fury here, and he just looks like a defeated man almost because the Watcher's died. The only person, well,
who was watching
entity who knew about this. He's obviously kind of cacking himself, going, "Oh well, I'm next," because the unseen, I'd imagine, would be some unknown alien beast that is yet to be a threat, and obviously he's been wiping out threats from day one. Well, since he took over on the wall. So, is the unseen this alien yet to a new alien race? You know?
Yeah, it could be, yeah. See, another thing I thought was interesting was, as you were talking about the Watcher watching them, Nick Fury, he goes into detail about how, as he's doing it, the longer it happens, he's asking himself, why am I still doing this? Because he talks about the people who knew about this kind of thing are all dead now, so it's just him.
Yeah.
And you've got the Watcher in the background watching him. So now he realises there's no point in me doing this. So that's why he's assembled this group of heroes to come up to the wall and he's telling the story. So one of them's going to take his place. So
Yeah. I
we're
think.
going to see who it is.
Well, we were discussing this before the show when after Jamie was getting slaughtered in Rufus, that
That
could
could be a
it-
thing today.
who would be the most suitable person to take over the wall?
Howard the Duck.
Jamie, I've got control of the mic here. I will turn you off. Not that I ever turned you on in the first place, but just covering that base.
Certainly
Yeah,
not with the
so
kids watching this or listening.
yeah, it's a family friendly show,
Yeah.
we're all friends here. We don't like to swear, But we were talking before who would be most suitable, and I said, well, Bucky's series is only a limited series right now.
And I'm thinking him maybe.
So, like you were saying, everyone thinks he's dead, bar certain
Only
people.
certain people know
So-
he's still alive now, so he's got the perfect cover.
That attitude,
Yeah,
perfect
okay, well,
attitude, the
plus-
perfect back history. Same goes for Punisher, who actually says he doesn't see a problem in what Nick's done.
yeah.
Those kind of characters are who you would want. And just to throw that out there, if Punisher took over, he's going to be in space, and that
Space
what
with a giant sniper rifle. I mean,
and what a few admins have said about a Punisher rocket series, make it happen. No, sorry. Let me cross over to another geek franchise make it so.
Something I quite liked about this, it's towards the end of the book, like just before Nick looks, where you see old Fury's defeated, and he says, "Alright, maybe I'm going to be next." Is the orb just falls down in pain?
Yeah.
And you're like, what's wrong with him? And his body's still absorbing what he stole from the moon. I quite like that because they did say in one of
There's so much information.
they did
it's
say
overloading
that
pretty much.
the eye was sort of like an organic computer in a way. So when he sort of released the bomb, as it were, or exploded the bomb, anyway.
So the secrets are
Aye,
still
when he
there.
did that, it's like he took even though everyone saw their own individual secret, he was sort of like the tower. I don't know a lot about computers, so if someone could help me out with this metaphor, it'd be
Well,
What, the kind of funnel?
aye. It's like
he
the hard drive in a way. It's like he was holding the hard drive and he was sort of like downloading everything. So I think
Yeah.
he's got all the secrets in him. That's why he's so crazy, because
Yeah, that's why he's saying the unseen in issue 4, and then what? Like who? Oh,
Aye, 'cause
never mind. And he's
if-
like saying about the sins and stuff.
because if you remember back to it, he wasn't like intelligent, but he was still lucid. He still knew what he was doing. Then he was sort of getting corrupted in a way, sort of becoming like Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Just
With an
had
eye.
this ring and he sort of just become sorry.
with an eye though.
Aye.
It's just
My precious. And he sort of become corrupted by it. I think that's what it reminded me of, and he just become more and more crazy. And he says, "Who's this?" It's the orb, and he just goes, "Hello."
Yeah. Can anyone else see that they're going to turn him into like a C-list hero? Like he never made it really as a villain.
Oh,
But
no, not
from
C-list,
this little
Z-list.
series. No. Like you've got your A-listers, your Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk. Your B-listers, kind of like the all new warriors, you know. Like so, he would be a rung under, but actually could be pretty popular, you know.
I was
I'd
thinking
like
as
this
well-
if the orb does become a hero. I'd like to see him sort of become like the psychic, the Captain Britain. So you've got Captain Britain. He takes himself dead seriously. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be." Everyone's kind of like, "Captain Britain, you're just a knockoff." Like Captain America, and be like, "Yeah, but America used to be a British colony." It's like, "Shut up, Captain Britain." And the orb's just sitting there, just like big eye, just looking about. It's like, I have no idea what's going on. Like kind of like Captain Britain, he's fighting like you could have like he's fighting this big giant enemy, giving him his all, and then the orb kind of just like stumbles in, trips over a plug, and then like a giant crane falls on him and beats the bad guy, and everyone's like, "Oh, we love you," and he's like, "Yeah."
big posters with an eyeball. That's him.
Just the orb, big eyeball, thumbs up, and like, this is his happy face.
See what you were saying there about him being like a big computer. See, after this though, what do you think's going to happen to him? I mean, he's going to have all those secrets, and then people
Well,
are going to want to know
either-
secrets. So.
Well, that's the thing. I'm thinking,
I'd
are the
like-
sins going to turn him to be a hero, or will he die?
I don't want him to die.
But then again, sorry for interrupting. But
Yeah,
then
sure.
again, he is pretty much a Z-list villain right now.
I'd never
but
heard of him.
same
I
here.
swear.
I had to look it up, and it was like a Ghost Rider villain from the 70s, 80s.
I think
or
that would
something.
be sort of like the appeal, like team him up with another hero, like known but not well known, like Captain Britain. But sort of have it like he becomes a good guy, but see, because all his body's like he's got all these secrets in his head, that he's kind of insane. So it's like he'll just walk past someone, it's like, "Oh, this is the Prime Minister of Britain," or
I'm
don't
not liking the Britain here, man.
Okay, do you want to see David Cameron in a comic?
No, you know what I mean? Like like the President of the United States, Prime Minister of Britain, President of China or something. I mean, high end up official, and he'll just say, "Hello, I'm the captain. Hello, this is the orb," and the orb will just say, "Hello, sir. By the way, you should." How many affairs is that you've got now? I quite like number 3. It's just like
Get
sitting there,
that thing checked.
I just like
Yeah.
spouting all these secrets, and the Prime Minister's kind of just like, "Nice meeting you too," and his wife's sitting there just like hitting him or something, and the order's like, "Oh, they seem like nice people," and then he turns around and say, "Oh, hi, by the way,
I'm
you're."
just thinking of Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons and his wife right now.
He just like turns around to the wife and says, "Oh, hi, by the way, your kid's doing nice," and then the Prime Minister's leader or whoever just look at his wife and say, "Kid," and he's going, "Before I met you," and it's just like the him is just all friendly talk, but everyone else is trying to just like they just want to strangle him. I think that could be real sort of like the stupid hero, like
What, like
Peter Griffin? You were going to say Daredevil?
yeah,
weren't
I
you?
was going to say Daredevil. I meant Deadpool. Yeah,
No, not
Could-
Daredevil.
does Marvel need another comic like Daredevil?
No, not-
for God's sake, Deadpool.
No, not like
No.
Deadpool. Deadpool's sort of like he's a mercenary, but he's crazy, but he knows he's crazy. Like, I'm talking like just a crazy person who just happens to do stupid heroic things by accident, but he's not aware he's insane. He's not aware he's insane. He just is insane.
Yeah.
He just spouts all this stuff because it's in his head. He's got no filter. I think that would just be fantastic to see because it would be hilarious. A giant talking eyeball.
See that panel we were just talking about there, right? Pretty much, he starts talking about saying, after Nick Fury's finished his story, he starts saying, "Oh, he's not told you everything. He still told you." And then that's when he starts to kind of, I don't know, is it choke or something? I don't know how an eyeball chokes, but he faints and then he gets dragged away.
I loved how originally it was like, oh, I never used to be able to speak because people were asking.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it was just like I made the noises. Like, oh, damn.
Well, as you were saying, he could be a psychic. What if whoever's selected to be on the wall gets stuck with him up on the wall? Can you imagine the Punisher, a space station with this big eyeball guy?
Punisher
rocket in the orb. I'd like it if it's like they found out the orb's real name. It's like they found the orb, right? Like Dale or something. Hey,
So-
I'm Dale.
Now that's that wrapped up with. We've talked that enough to death. And what is death? Superman. Well, he's not dead. Just I don't like him.
Well, you know, if you go by Scott Lobdell's writing, it might as well be dead.
Ooh.
Don't me, Scott Lobdell. You had doomed to open my eyes how bad he was. Anyway, Superman Unchained issue 7 is a fantastic read.
If you were waiting 5 months.
3 months actually, but that is actually a point I'm going to get to. Superman Unchained is a good series, but it's kind of like the Da Vinci Code. You sort of need to pay not the book, but the movie. You need to pay attention through it, and you need to read all the issues to sort of understand the main story. Because it's General Lane attacking the Fortress of Solitude, and you've also got Wraith, who is the new bad guy,
Yeah.
and
Does look pretty
fighting
badass,
Batman.
must say.
Yeah. The look of him, he does look like a genuine threat to Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, like a big hulking beast.
And
What's
that
the kind of armour he's got as well?
you don't actually you find
It
that
looks like Red Lantern kind of stuff
Aye,
for some reason.
that armor is made. He's wearing that because in the last issue, Batman gave Superman a ring that was Wraith's kryptonite, quite literal. It's like Batman used his energy signature and created a material like kryptonite that could affect Wraith the way kryptonite affects Superman.
So it's like in the old Superman cartoon, they had that containment suit on to get away from
Yes,
kryptonite.
exactly. But
His looks a bit more cooler.
And
though,
also
so-
to sell a figure, no doubt.
and, in this,
I'd buy that. For you,
Wraith's not on the reservation. General Lane does know where he is, but this is a grudge match because Superman told him it was Batman. He's doing this not because he has to, purely because he wants to, because Batman humiliated him in a sense. And then he goes and he wants to kill him, plain and simple. And Batman's got this containment suit on that can hide him from Superman and, by extension, Wraith. So it's just like a big fight between them. It's not really a fight, it's just Wraith trying to kill Batman, and Batman just unloads all his Batmobiles on
Yeah,
him.
that was one image that I
And it
absolutely
was-
loved. It was very reminiscent, as you were saying, of
Yeah.
Hush.
yeah, in Hush, they had the one wee scene where it had all the Batmobiles from like the ages, like the old classic ones. You even saw Adam West's Batmobile. I mean, seeing that go firing towards a guy, that's funny as hell.
That was awesome. And it's not really a fight, it's pretty much Wraith trying to get the Batman, and when he does get to him, Batman gets one hell of a beating. And it's just like, oh, why are you... He sits there, he throws him across the Batcave, slaps him, throws him through a giant...
Yeah, he throws a
Card.
giant penny at him.
and he grabs him and cracks him against the ceiling and says, "What are you smiling at?" And he says, "Penny for your thoughts." Then you see Wonder Woman pick
Smack him
up
with
the
the
giant
penny.
penny and smack him.
That alone just reminded me of the Batman and Robin movie. Like, I could imagine Mr. Freeze being in the Batcave with a penny. Ah, penny for your thoughts.
The second part is also Superman fighting General Lane and his army, because earlier on found out General Lane is the head of the Machine, which is effectively just like Argus and S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Area 51 rolled into one.
Shield.
I like S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like
Oh,
sort
okay.
of like
Like
S.H.I.E.L.D.
government's pretty much.
Aye.
Yeah.
And this is where Wraith lives, and they've developed weapons specifically to kill Superman. So the last issue, they go to attack the Fortress of Solitude. This issue, they are, and Superman, he puts Lois Lane in with the Earthstone, which is something you need to read the entire story to find out what the Earthstone is. I'm not exactly sure myself. And when he puts her in this bubble, and then he gets sort of like a Kryptonian knight's armor, and it looks
awesome.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the entire book is just split between Wraith and Batman fighting in the Batcave and Superman fighting the army.
See, what about that? But that reminded me a bit of God of War. You know, the chain kind of around his arm.
It does.
You know, so he throws it towards him at one point, which is pretty cool.
This is pretty awesome. Superman eventually gets pinned down, he's about to get killed, and Lois Lane, she's powered by the Earth Star. She helps Superman out, gives him that little bit of time, so he goes in, smashes Lane's tank, and asks where Wraith is, and then that's when we see something I think is best. Wraith, he's beat up Wonder Woman, he's about to kill Batman, and then you just see all the screens light up in the Batcave with the Superman symbol.
I like that.
Yeah, that
And he
was cool.
says to Batman, why are you smiling? He says, this is you about to get your ass kicked. And then we see Crash. Then we've just got the last panel. It's just Superman saying, Wraith, let's take this outside.
Yeah.
Looking
It's
angry.
heat vision eyes as
Yeah.
well. That's just...
So
I
this leads
like-
into the next issue, which is hopefully something. Hopefully, it's just.
It's hopefully
big-
out next month.
Hopefully, it's just a big fight between Wraith and
Sorry,
Superman, which would be awesome.
I just
But-
can't. Like you're saying beforehand, how the issuing for this has been absolutely ridiculous. You're waiting months between issues coming out. Like
Yeah,
for a story to actually grab you in, you need to be reading it constantly, or via trade where you've got the story confined right there in the one place. You don't have to wait 4 or 5 months. Stuff like that really irks me.
Exactly, and I think it's because of Jim Lee's art. It's fantastic, but and it is worth waiting for. But if you're going to follow this series, don't buy the single issues. Wait till the trade comes out and follow it that way. It will just go a lot smoother, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. But speaking of issues that don't take forever to come out, anyone read Star-Lord?
Yes, we all did. Star-Lord, the legendary Star-Lord, issue 1. Sam Humphries writing, Paco Medina on art. All I can say right from the start, the artwork is absolutely phenomenal. It's
Yeah, I love
so
it, man.
clean, it looks beautiful. There's not one page where I can...
say I didn't like it.
Yeah,
Just
it is amazing. For a first issue as well, it's quite a big story. It continues on from, well, kind of continues on the theme from the last Guardians issue with the whole Spartax Empire, possibly splitting, which you do actually get a little bit about when Star-Lord's in jail.
wouldn't say
Well-
interrogated, but I
well-
mean, he was just getting talked to, you know.
Yeah, when he's been captured, trying to steal what
The
kind of crystal?
crystal.
Mandala. Yeah, gem. There we
yeah.
go. From this orphanage. There's reference made that the Spartax army
Yeah,
abandoned it. There's a reference that Jason is no longer the empire of the Spartax Empire. There's a lot of stuff for this that's possibly building up, and for Star-Lord to get his own series during that time. It's well placed for Marvel. Usually companies get it wrong. DC. Forever you. Oh, sorry guys,
Bad
a little
cough.
bad
know
cough
that
there.
I had it for a while as well.
Yeah. So it was actually nice for them to get these issues a couple weeks. I think it was last week we spoke about it. Guardians.
Yes, it was.
So for them to actually stick to that shipping is brilliant. Otherwise, you're just going, wait, they're mentioning that there. But I hate that. Continuity. I love it.
I really did like this because the one thing I liked about it is the Badoon are the bad guys in this issue, because you've throughout all the way through Marvel now, the Badoon have been mentioned in two forms: the Brotherhood and the Sisterhood. We don't know a lot about the Sisterhood apart from that's where all the females, lassie Badoons hang out. Hopefully they're a lot more prettier than their male counterparts. And the males, they follow Thanos.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the light. It was like they're a warrior race. They go out, they conquer. They're not very nice, but they're sort of like the slaves to Thanos. Like they worship him in a way because he's their god or something. And in this, we see they are Badoon, but they're not part of the Brotherhood. They're pirates.
Yeah.
And space pirates are always awesome.
Yeah, what I
No eye
love with
patches,
the
though.
Badoon,
No eye patches.
what I love with the Badoon is anytime there's a reference
Their
to
name?
to a future Earth, is that they've conquered Earth. Anytime you read a future Earth, including Dan Abnett, Guardians that he's starting up.
Oh,
The
Guardians 3000.
They are fighting Badoon have taken over Earth. I always like that because in present day they never were really mentioned or a major threat.
You don't
So
see much from them,
so
really.
it was nice to see them getting gradually brought in a little bit more, so that we're going, okay, we're understanding a little bit more. Obviously, building up to some maybe future stories where they've conquered Earth.
The next panel I quite liked because
I know what
as
one
we
you're
were
talking about.
pretty much Star-Lord gets pretty much questioned what he's been doing recently, and he goes things,
Important stuff.
and he goes what kind of important stuff, and it's just like a kind of
Montage.
of James Bond getting cocktails from alien chicks and stuff.
Yeah, just
Karaoke with Bracken. I mean, come on.
That is the bit. You've got Groot on like his back, Peter calling out, and Rocket giving it his all.
I think
Presumably
I
thinking,
think they
don't
are
stop
saying
believing.
you took it right from my mouth right there. We need someone to cosplay that at the next Mart, which happens to be the annual Hootenanny in 2 weeks' time. I want to see someone dressed up as obviously 3 people, dress up as that, doing Don't Stop Believing. That would be phenomenal.
I'm calling dibs on Star-Lord then, so...
Oh, damn
The
it.
next page.
I'll
is-
go Harry. I'll go Groot. No, Groot. Rocket.
Groot's not. I love the next page because it's like things are just you agree. He's sitting there slagging the Badoon, and Badoon says we're going to make you go. We're going to put you to sleep, and then you just see the big one says thumbnail hate reptile. It's like he's got his crowbar, and then Peter Quill just goes be gentle, and then there's just a thud. The next page is just him waking up, and then what does he do? He phones Kitty Pryde.
Yes. He's
And
And starts flirting, man. I mean, come
he's
on,
a cosmic
he is
James Bond. He
Dude.
is.
And
He
an
does look a
interview
bit
with Sam
like Daniel Craig
Humphries.
too. No,
That is a younger version, of course.
Not Dan Abnett. Sam Humphries did an interview with Comic Vine, and he says we're going to make it very Han Solo because Peter Quill does.
It has those
predate
elements.
He has all the elements of James Bond, like he said, and Han Solo, but he predates Han Solo
Yes.
by I think
A few years.
About a few years, no more than 5, I'd say. But I'd say Han Solo to me has always come across as an ass.
He's a little bit cocky, ain't he?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's Karen's...
Karen.
Karen's stepped out of the shadows and...
Han Solo's a hero.
Han
Yeah,
Solo
He's a
is.
misunderstood
Wait there, Han
hero.
Solo shot first.
Yes.
Greedo did not shoot first.
Yes.
Yes, but I also
So that
like,
means that Han Solo's a bloodthirsty murderer.
He heroically saved innocent bystanders in
Yeah,
that
as also-
bar.
For money!
I'd also like to point out Han Solo is everything inappropriate to say on the air. That is it. Doesn't mean he's not a fantastic character. The guy's just an ass. I don't like him. But Peter Quill, on the other hand, I love this Sam Humphries version of him because the Brian Michael Bendis version, yes, they're the same character, but it's how you write them. The one Brian Michael Bendis does, he seems like a bratty kid with major daddy issues.
Yeah, well, we were discussing that last issue
It's
as
like,
well.
you know, it just sounds to me like if Batman didn't become a vigilante and just went, oh, boo-hoo, my dad's a king, I'm rich. Boo-hoo, for me, I'm rich and my dad's a king. So what? But he's like, Peter Quill, like, yeah, you know, he's got his issues. His dad is, a scumbag, but in this, that doesn't play a big factor in it. And it's just him going about. I mean, he flirts with Kitty Pryde in jail.
Yeah.
And says,
Oh,
I'm
God.
only kind of in what you're doing. I'm doing this, and this.
I'm
He
grading
says, what
papers.
you're doing.
And
I'm kinda-
well...
Oh, no fun.
I'm kind of in jail. How can you kind of be in jail? And he's like, well. And then we just get thumbnail back. Thumbnail
quick, I've
hate
got to
shoot
go.
talk.
Yeah, what I loved when he had his gun and the aliens were like, you can't shoot us all, don't even
a
think
toy
about
gun.
it. And he's just holding the ship. And then his mask, I love his mask now. Instead of kind of like a physical mask, it's more kind of like
Techno-organic kinda
morphin... what's...
Organic,
Yeah,
organic.
yeah.
It's morphin' time.
And just at the bottom of that page, I thought for a minute the girl in the hood with the big earrings, I was thinking, okay, I know this character's dead and they look a different colour of skin, but I was thinking maybe Moondragon. If you're familiar, that's Drax's daughter,
Oh.
who I believe was an Avenger, but she was a villain at first, as all Avengers were, or, you know...
They
the
go
cross
each
lines,
side, you know. So.
I just want to point out two things. One that we pointed out last week is I said that Peter Quill's gun is his element gun. I don't like that. I liked the fact that his element gun looked like a big giant hand cannon, and it's got the symbol is a Star-Lord symbol. I like the look of that. I was hoping that this other gun would kind of just be like a space handgun or submachine gun or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's his
Solo's
element gun. They've changed the design with no explanation whatsoever.
That is Brian Michael Bendis. This Sam Humphries will probably be no doubt conforming to him because Brian Michael Bendis has got all the toys in his pram.
I don't. Brian Michael move. Anyway, another thing I want to point out that isn't the element gun is after he flies into space, his mask starts to form.
Yeah.
And he's holding his breath. I don't mind that, but like,
what do you want to see? Arnie. His eyes bulging out his head. Is that what you want to see? Do you want to see a man's eyeballs getting sucked out his skull?
That's going to be a very short series
Sucked
if that
out.
happens.
No.
It's the first issue he's dead.
It would have been a one shot. Come on.
Right, first of all, he was on Mars. He was on Mars. You know, everyone knows Total Recall is completely accurate at what would happen on Mars. Completely no matter what people say, that's your head will blow up if you're on Mars or a hat. But I like it. Like I like what you say. Like the mask forms up around about him.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is that he's got that little bit specifically for his hair.
It has to look good, man. I mean, come on.
I don't. No,
If you're in space,
I
you
don't
got to
like
make
that.
sure.
I also don't like how come he's blonde. I prefer Peter Quill when he had brown hair.
Maybe when he was on Earth, he got some peroxide. You don't know this. It's another no prize award that I want, Marvel. Okay, give me it in the post. Sorted.
Space Cowboy. Peter Quill is a space cowboy in the last couple of pages.
What I did like is it showed you him in a kind of a good light, but then again, it shows you how much of a
Dick.
Ooh, bad
Yeah.
one there.
yeah. You stole it from my mouth. You said it. I can't get blamed.
I stole that through your mouth. Mario, what are you doing in the studio?
This
Get
is not
my
a kid show.
Yeah, he gives the money to the orphanage and he's like, oh, I sold that gem, it's fine. But then you see him on the ship and he's like,
Yeah, right.
just like, oh yes, I've got this. And he reveals it's one of the most powerful minerals in the universe and he's coming after Thanos. Is this another tie into the whole Cancerverse, Richard Rider, Nova thing? Are we going to see maybe a crossover happen?
I hope so. I do hope, because you've obviously seen it, that picture of Star-Lord where he's in his old Guardian's costume, he's sitting there and he's holding a battered, broken rider, and he's got the many angled ones.
Yeah, behind him.
I've not seen this picture. But
Oh, it's a cover of
I'm
Guardians
going to show
18.
you it then.
You show him that and I'll end this. Big reveal at the end. Peter Quill's got a sister.
who's hot? Just say.
So it's basically he's got a half sister, so she seems to be the remaining Spartax. Yeah, how good does it look?
It does look pretty sweet.
Notice the helmet. That was an actual helmet, and the mask actually dropped down for Peter Quill.
But
I
as I
kinda
said, you got
like
good
this.
with the hair, you know.
Well, that's the thing. They're doing it in the movie, so
Yeah, I
do it
think
in
it
the
is really
comic,
to
you know.
kind of go for the movie. Like,
But yeah, big reveal. He's got a sister at the end there, which leads us right into nothing related. Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man issue 3.
Didn't read it.
It's
I don't think
Brian
I really
Michael-
missed much. To be honest, it was okay to read, but nothing really happened in my eyes. The only thing that was big was the last few panels.
oh
with
come on,
Norman Osborn.
no. Okay, the Norman Osborn thing. Yeah, there's going to be a big throwdown,
Can't wait.
which is going to be phenomenal because it's on Aunt May's doorstep
Pretty
where
much.
Peter died.
I'm thinking Peter's got to come back.
Well,
in.
well, Peter is back, but I think
Wait,
in
what?
a couple of you don't know.
How
Oh,
is she?
you didn't know.
Wait, so Peter Parker is actually back in Ultimate Universe?
we
yes.
don't know. We don't know if it is actually
It's
Peter Parker.
possibly a clone because
If it's a clone,
he's
it would
just
be
found
so
out
mad.
about that Jessica Drew is the female clone of Peter.
Who, Miles or the...
Miles has found out.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
So he's, as soon as Peter punched him and knocked him out, and as soon as he came back,
Take
he
your
went,
web shooters.
Peter's alive. Wait there. Clone. Yeah. there's going to be a huge fight between Norman, but I think maybe if this is a clone, the Peter clone's going to die again, which would be kind of interesting because Miles would be again seeing Peter die because he was in the crowd after
there,
Peter stopped him.
But if
So
you
if
remember,
But you're saying the big reveal was the last page. How could you miss this? Look at that.
That was just disturbing on so many levels.
An Asian man dressed as the 616 Miss Marvel with a blonde wig and all, saying they are converging, the Earths are converging, only one will remain. We're all sweary word. And it's obviously blanked out because it's Marvel. But that alone just tells me the time runs out. Ultimate Universe in 616.
I don't know. Like, on that note, actually, there's going to be another crossover. You know, the Spider-Man one.
Every Spider-Man ever.
But no, I mean,
Whatever.
there's going to be another one like just for Miles and Peter.
Oh, yeah,
616.
yeah.
I can't remember. There was some news about it, but
All new
Spider-Man.
X-Men as well. Miles is appearing in that as well.
And I heard a rumor about that. Apparently, he's going to join that team.
Yeah, which would mean if the Ultimate Universe ends, have the favourite characters like your... they killed
evil laugh there.
No, it wasn't an evil laugh. It was more of a...
Favorite character, that would be Miles.
Yeah,
Morales.
because basically most of the mutants have been wiped out. Why would you have Black Nick Fury, who's already... They've introduced in the 616.
I think they could be a
and
great
also-
buddy cop.
And also the Ultimate Miles Morales, this issue, they killed another character when Norman Osborn grabbed Monica Chang's
That's
face
it, yeah.
and just burnt her.
Well, to be fair,
So
those
she's dead.
panels.
She could be still alive.
Yeah, she could.
So she knows that. Another thing, you said that Peter coming back may be a clone. Could this possibly be the sort of, but probably not, return of Ben Reilly, but the ultimate version of him?
Why would you? Because
When the Peter
You've
Because
already-
Ben Riley's awesome.
okay, did
And that
you
way
not?
he can literally say, he's got a catchphrase, what are you doing? I'm living the life of Riley.
We'll see.
Oh, okay. What, Karen? What Mike is he? Is it number 4? Number 4?
We'll see if you go back to the previous issue when Miles and the clone or whatever it is Peter were talking. This Peter knew things like after the fight. He was talking about like after the fight things got a bit complicated and stuff. So
Yeah.
and like the way they're looking at it as if it is the real one, obviously, but I don't think it is. But I hope if it is a clone. Might sound really bad to say this. I hope he gets killed off soon because it's just going to take away from Miles then.
Yeah, and it's
Mike-
also going to tarnish the image of Peter
Dying, yeah.
because
that was a pretty bold move, I thought.
well, this is the thing: is if it is a clone, it must be a very young clone. And what else is young? Scotty Young. Hey, don't you give me that face, Jamie. Your segue was terrible last week. We nearly get canned off there because of you.
I regret nothing.
So, right into Scotty Young and his Rocket Raccoon issue 1. Another great issue 1.
I feel like we should have like a theme song whenever we say Rocket Raccoon, like Rocket Raccoon, da da da.
Karen, can you scrub something up for us? No, no.
I'm sorry,
No, this
guys.
week.
You
Computer
warned me
says
about
no.
this, but I'm not coming back on the show. This is too much for me.
Oh, come on.
Ross, you knew what you signed on for.
No, I did not. I heard stuff, but no.
You heard the rumours. The rumours are true.
You just can't
Or
contain.
worse.
You just,
I'm offended there.
so am I. Then you
I'll
already
walk
said
out
it, but
now.
I'm offended.
Okay, so Scotty Young, Rocket Raccoon issue 1. A couple of people in the admins discussing it and stuff, saying the art looked kind of rushed. It does look a little bit rushed, a little bit kind of scratchy, kind of not detailed. But then again, if you read his Oz work for Marvel, it looks identical. It's beautiful. It's perfect for this kind of comic. It's tongue-in-cheek, dark humour. One of the best bits, kind of like a little nod towards Star Wars. Rocket saves a princess. He's in this
Did he
kind of
just
like
kiss her?
black suit. Yes, but that's the thing. She says, "Are you Princess Amalaya?" Yes, you're taller than I expected, and you're just like every other princess I've saved. Never impressed until they see the tail. And then he's got this little cheeky smile, and she says, "It is quite impressive." Kaboom! She kisses him.
So you get a tail.
Is Rocket is a Rocket
Partly
Raccoon
working.
part of, in canon, or is it like
Yes, it is in continuity. And Rocket takes this woman that he's on a date with to a wrestling match between Groot and this kind of like octopus ooze kind of thing.
Oh, that kind of looks like the giant plant monster from Hellboy 2.
Ah, it does indeed, aye.
I was thinking Flubber.
Almost that. I couldn't think of it. I was like, some kind of like.
So you've got, so it's like I am Groot and then just Flubber.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
But
am
Groot
Groot
is getting his
forever.
ass handed to him, or should I say, he's getting his timber handed to him.
Why does
And-
Groot look so small? Like,
Well,
I thought he was like.
Because
quite
he is
built.
Groot.
It grows. Obviously, when he's a little shard, he'll.
Oh, he grows
Bell.
back into it pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's like one of the beauty. Like I think Groot's one of those characters that artists can just have fun drawing.
Yes,
Like, some
you can
people.
have a 20-foot
different-
tall or a 10-foot tall, but
Aye.
it's really good.
I don't. You ever seen the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon with Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Groot's in it, just a
Yeah.
little twig, and he's in a plant pot. It's like I am Groot, and then he just throws him. It's like you just like explosions. Just go, I'm Groot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What I love here, Groot's trying to fight back, and Rocket's kind of cheering for him, and then Rocket sees the kiss cam, and in classic Rocket style, he kisses her, and then he shoves her away, and to be like, that's how Guardians of the Galaxy does it, and then the camera just goes, wanted.
You gotta love his wee face dropping. He was
Yeah.
so happy to
And I
be
was
there.
like, wait there, I'm wanted. Then he makes a mad dash. He's trying to get Groot away. Groot gets absolutely destroyed. And there, he picks up a little shard of him, just saying, I am Groot. It's a really fun comic. It's pretty dark because as Rocket's getting chased, he makes a call to Star-Lord and he's like, oh, I need a favour. Find out why I'm wanted. And he's like, okay, well, I'm getting shot at here, but I'll try and free up some time if it becomes available. And then Peter Quill gets back to him and he goes, yeah, you're wanted for murder. And he's like, what? That's ridiculous. And he's like, wait, are you murdering someone right now? And he's like, what? Maybe that's not the point. And then he goes, oh, wait, there, it wasn't murder. And Rocket's just like, whew, thank God for that. And he's like, it's murders. And he's like, what? Murders? I thought mine were all justified and accounted for.
Multiple murders.
But Rocket's also known as the last survivor of his series, if his species. Sorry. Linking to something else, I'm going to say, which was discovered prior Brian Michael Bendis' Guardians in the digital First Infinite character comic. It focused on each member of the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, Rocket was in a bar and he's chatting up some lady and he's like, yeah, I'm the last member of my species. And someone goes, no, you're not. I saw a talking raccoon the other week there, and he's like, I'm not a raccoon. Wait there's another member of my species. So, as you see there, he's getting framed for murder by another member of his species. So,
I'm calling twin brother. I'm calling it right now.
well,
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'm trying to think of a name though for him. I don't want to say
but
something stupid.
in the
like
digital
Messiah
first
or something.
Doppelganger.
Isn't it?
No, I mean like a
Alright.
stupid name for his
instant.
twin brother. If
In
he has
the
one,
digital first.
would it be Bazooka?
I'd be cool with that.
Bazooka?
See in the comic that focused on Rocket, where you see that happen, the dead body fall down
Yeah.
or get shot. I can't remember. Did the guy was it a lass? I remember him referring to the raccoon that he saw as a she.
I think.
Not he. So maybe this could be like a twin sister or something.
If he starts hitting on his sister, it's going to be getting wrong.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure Star-Lord has that covered.
Yeah, the look in his face in that last panel, I was like, Peter, don't do it. Don't do it!
Think
I
about
just,
it, man.
I just hope they don't have a scene, a panel in Legendary Star-Lord where he kind of we're just walking about and then Drax just sits there and goes, yep, he's going to bang her. That's his sister.
I love the fact that you just went the Batista voice as well. That's the first voice that jumps to my head now when I think of Drax.
What was really funny about this, the girl that Rocket took on a date with was actually set up by the princess that you saw in the first couple pages, and it's all of Rocket's exes are out to get him, to kill him. So this guy gets a lot of tail.
Right, sorry.
Apologise, Mario.
No,
You made me apologise.
I'm the host. I can make you do anything.
That's
Almost
what it
anything.
is.
One that we'll jump on
There are
to.
things I'm not willing to do for a segue.
Well,
Give us some
I'm
money,
going to, for a moment, slash you in two and go to hack slash Issue 1, Son of Samhain. Watch, don't you clasp your head.
That sounded quite sore as well.
I know, it sounded pretty heavy.
Mario, why are you doing this to the show?
Why you do this to me?
Why?
Uh,
Is it because we saw like all the traffic we got from the last show with my bad segue? You figure I'm going to cram these.
Oh, wait
many in one show?
there. All the traffic from your bad segue. Yeah, just to listen to you crumble, hear you fail. Yeah, so / issue 1, Son of Samhain, continues
Was
on.
good. End of show. No more bad segues.
Wow. Jamie's had enough with segues. Maybe this will stop him jumping in. So this carries on from the original / series, which ended last year. Brilliant series if you've not read it. It's a very dark, tongue-in-cheek slasher movie made into a comic. The premise of the whole story, Cassie Hack is a lone survivor of an attack by a slasher called the Lunch Lady, a slasher who happened to be her mother. After years of battling slashers and other high strangeness and paying the price of everything she held dear, Cassie thought to escape her evil life, fighting evil. But the monsters and madmen who threaten the world never rest, and neither can Cassie Hack. So this... Look
You
at
called
that.
her a Hassie. Do you think she's sassy?
Alright, get out. Yeah, this introduces a monster that we've never seen in the series. Atan Sulu.
First impressions.
Oh
who does he
my.
remind you of?
Who?
I'm thinking of Cthulhu for some reason.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just give him the tentacle things.
Yeah, just a giant beast, giant mouth, going to destroy the world. Yeah. This monster is like a god to them, almost. And it's not been seen since the dawn of man, when man created weapons and eventually killed it.
Which I'd like to say I really liked. I've never read Hack and Slash. I mean, I've read up on bits and that. I know the minimal from like Wikipedia and that. But reading this, see when you're reading stuff and it's like, oh, back in the dawn of time there was the evil armies and that, and there's like the dawn of time is apparently medieval England, like 300 or 400 years ago, and they're saying there are Knights Templars and all that. This went we're the dawn of time when man birth monsters. It's cavemen.
It's just cavemen.
That
Guys
is
with stones.
fantastic. There's no
There's
metal.
no armour,
Aye,
it's
it's
just
like-
loincloth.
I the thing, loincloth and manly beards. That, and it's like they say, okay, we're going to beat this thing by being smarter, as opposed to now it's just nuke them.
Can we not have that as cosplay? Manly beards and loincloths. Can we not include? Can we say that's not?
I think of something new now.
Well, all I can say is, young Matt probably listening.
Yeah.
He's the face of the Big Glasgow Comic Page. I'm pretty. His cat, as James has said, old James Jamfeb,
Jam.
brother.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. has said that he's catting it to women. If he done that, grew some stubble in loincloth, it would just be like chuck him to the ladies, and it'd be you wouldn't see him. You wouldn't see him again.
Why don't we try and get a poll started for everybody who likes the Glasgow page? We will, if we get over say 200, we'll get Matt, just throw him out in a loincloth.
No.
This could be dangerous, because this, like, we would just get every admin to like
of
the-
course.
Matt will just hear this and passing by and then just go no, and then we'll just like hear a crash, him coming in. It's like no, taking over the show from Mario.
There's been some technical difficulties here. The admins are all dead.
What I liked was after the dawn of time, killing the monster.
It cuts to kind of modern times.
Yeah, cuts to present day. Cassie Hack, in the word hack slash, basically showing how her life is now. She's at the graveside of Vlad, her former partner in crime, who hunted down monsters. She's with her partner Georgia. Yes, she's bisexual, which kind of you.
I was
As soon
reading
as
Superman
as
and I heard it, I was like,
Jamie
"Well, see
said
this?"
that, you were like, "Hey there, what
you
what,
mean?
what's that comic?" Then obviously a guy hitting on her at a bar. She breaks his finger.
Poor bugger.
Cat, one of the other people in the network of hunting down monsters, sends her a text. She ends up bloody getting money for dealing with stuff. But she's moved on from monster hunting. She's actually bounty hunting now. And a new character that appears is going after the same bounty as her to deal, just to basically put him aside, and to grab her back into
Bring her
monster
back in the game,
hunting.
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, see,
He's
I've
saying
never
that
read
it's
it
in her
myself,
blood.
and I thought it was quite cool. I'm actually going to start picking that up. I think it's
It would be best to
interesting,
go in
yeah.
trades.
Yeah.
You get them in big omnibus books.
Mhm.
Still pretty cheap, and it has all the pre-existing because I think it was under Devil's Due, the
Mhm.
publisher, and Image bought Cassie Hackslash over, and they continued on with the series. So
Okay.
if you buy them,
Definitely
you'll
look
get
that up,
the
'cause
origin.
as you says, it's a continuation, and they'll probably make wee nods towards that, and you want to know what that is, It's
Yeah.
So,
Well,
getting them, I think.
as I said, she gets pulled back in the game, so to speak, and I love it. She's got this baseball bat
With
that says
nails.
"Kiss It" with nails sticking out it. Because I was pretty sad to see her going on her bounty hunting. Obviously, bounty hunter. Obviously, more money alive or no money if dead. And she's got a normal baseball bat. Kind of disappointed me, but I loved how she had it in the boot of her car
Why
just in case.
Has it got like a name like Shirley or something? Because all bats, all weapons with some form of modification to make it more personal with the main character have a sort of daft name like Charlene or something.
From what I've read, I don't think so.
Ah,
But yeah, she's
Still
back.
hoping, though. Still hoping.
She's back in the game hunting monsters, and we see, I think, what the title character is, the son of Samhain, who's a little biter. Have you
Quite literally.
yeah, ripping at a guy's throat, then biting Cassie afterwards to escape?
oh, can you flip it back a bit?
Yeah,
She was just
Just after he started biting a zombie's neck, it falls down and he rips something out.
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that Indiana Jones Temple of Doom where the guy rips her hands like Kalama, Kalama. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, basically from there, the little child looks pretty pissed. Then this Atan Sulu is rising again. But as I said, if you read the series, all the previous series, if I load it up just there, nope, that's the old comic app. Sorry, listeners, just showing the guys, Hackslash. It is a good series. There's lots of mini-series to start with, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to find its footing. Then it gets a
Kind of main series.
a main run series, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, that series is over now. Tim Seeley's left, and it is... if I'll just load this up. It is
We did not become
Michael
prepared, did we?
Morrissey and Steve Seeley. Obviously, in relation to Tim Seeley, the writer.
Oh.
Uh,
I've never read Hack and Slash today apart from today when you let me read it. And by God, there are a lot of miniseries.
yeah, that's what I said. It's like maybe 2 issues, miniseries. This one was the Devil's Due one I said.
Right.
It's only up to issue, I think, 30. You can't get these digitally now. That's a gutting thing. I got so many, and then I contacted Comixology, and they're like, "Oh, we don't do that series anymore."
Is he Vlad? Is he like a zombie or something?
No, he's just deformed.
Oh my god, that was painful.
What? I
Hang
only asked
on.
if the guy was a zombie. I only asked if the guy was a zombie. Jesus.
Well, if he's a zombie, he's
Well,
a
not
zombie.
zombie Jesus, but
I'm in pain here, man. Come on.
what'd you do?
And so,
I smacked that wall. I've done it twice.
and someone else
You
that's
wanna
in
switch
pain.
then?
No. It's too
Someone
much
else
bother.
that's in pain is Scalp Hunter in Magneto issue 6.
I had a lot of stuff to say about Hack and Slash. Well, not a lot to say.
Well,
one.
we do have.
It was good. Continue on.
It was good and pick up the series, but let's move on to Magneto.
Yeah, this was absolutely badass. Right from the cover, Magneto is a Grim Reaper on top of skulls. This issue alone is a series that I'm pretty sure a lot of Magneto fans... I wasn't a Magneto fan to begin with, but I picked up this series because it looked a little bit nitty-gritty, a little bit dark, a little bit Gran Torino kind of thing going there. And this is a payoff. Just Magneto letting loose on Scalp Hunter, cutting his arms and legs off, and just going totally badass.
Was that
uh,
Iceman?
No, that was Prism, one of the Marauders.
Oh, yeah.
Just that metal shard on his chest, which just spreads and it's just a fragment. That's what I love. It's so subtle, just to blow him up.
So
Costume's
what is
pretty cool.
Prism's power?
I can't remember. Come on, there's so many mutants in the world. Am I supposed to know every single one of them?
You're the Marvel Encyclopedia. Yes.
To the internet.
I would say something to do with light, because he's a prism.
Mario,
maybe?
you had your chance.
You could have been,
Aye,
been magnificent there.
See if this is what his powers are. You are going to eat those words, boy.
Well, I really like the issue. You let me read it before I came in, and I need to say it's pretty. I've always liked Magneto. I've never gone into his character, never read a lot of his comics because he's always been associated with the X-Men, and I don't have the patience to comb through all the X-Men story because you could separate them from Marvel and have their own universe, but it was just pretty awesome.
Yeah, like they're in a freight container yard, and they just hear kind of like noises. One of them goes, "Oh, it sounds like metal scraping metal, like old gears turning. It's coming from the cranes." And a crane just smacks Harpoon right in the face.
It doesn't
and
matter
there's
anymore. He's
a
dead.
horrible
Or she's
crunch.
dead.
I just love how that scene is just a red background with crunch on it. Just he's dead.
I know, this next bit is like
Riptide.
Riptide. He's creating this giant tornado.
He throws little like daggers as well. That's yeah. Because if you look, hold on. If this wants to zoom in, like see little kind of daggers. That's how he like fought Wolverine in not Manifest Destiny. It was Manifest Destiny. It was X-Men 200.
Take your word on it. Well, he's doing that, and Magneto's just getting ripped to shreds, and you just see the harpoons come up, and then he launched them, and he just impales them and kills them, falls down. But Magneto is, since he's not got his full powers back, he's a bit exhausted.
Yeah.
And then Arclight, and then bald, non-green Batista runs up to him, and they're about to kill him. So what is he
I
do?
think
He
that's
gets
Blockbuster.
Well, whatever. Magneto gets two balls and throws him in the Arclight and Blockbuster, and it's like liquid metal.
Yeah,
and
poison.
It's going through them, and he says, Arclight says, "Why would you do this? We're mutants as well." And he says, "You're not mutants.
Yeah, you're paying for your crimes."
And then he goes on to say, like, "Yes, I had minions. They fought for me, but I never." What was it? The word that was used? You never perverted their loyalty to the mutants. They never killed for the sake of killing. And I thought that speech was fantastic. But one bit that was just blew my mind was you just see like the where is it?
When he's in the clone vat.
No, not the clone factory. It was they just showed you the picture of the flashback where all the mutants are getting killed. I thought that was sad.
Yeah, the Morlocks. That's even then, Magneto is still holding a grudge over that. Like, I just love how they've crafted this, that he's went worldwide wiping out all of these clones one by one, and he says, "I discovered how it could be used to slip past your defences into your bloodstream and into the meat of your brain the third time I killed you." So that just shows how angry that he's got this grudge that these clones, these abominations, have wiped out. They might have been ugly mutants, deformed mutants from society, hidden in tunnels, and he's just no mutant dies except
pretty much.
Yeah. And if you're a mutant killer, then he's coming for you.
Wolverine. I love his suit. His suit's really cool.
Yeah, the black and white just is insane. Look at that right there. I love the red in this.
Yeah.
Like, it's used sparingly. It's mostly it's all nighttime in fight scenes, and he's black and white. But when Cullen Bunn and Javier Fernandez, who's on art, want to show absolute rage, just look at that picture right there of Magneto just spitting those words out. That is incredible.
And the red really does sort of give you like, whoa, this is
a new level.
Anger Man.
Anger Man, give him a golden shower.
That clone lab though that's quite good.
Okay.
The clone lab.
Have you never seen Burnt Face Man?
No, I have not.
Oh, YouTube Burnt Face Man, and I think it's the second one.
It's always the second one.
That Clone Lab though I quite like that. Instead of killing this is the last one.
Yes,
if I'm right,
I would imagine so.
well, let's say this is the last one. He's not going to
No.
kill them. He's going to reprogram them and use
Yes.
Sinister's weapons against them. I thought that was pretty cool. But is that Sabretooth?
Yeah, a clone of Sabretooth. Sabretooth is currently kind of like almost like the kingpin of Madripoor right now.
Did you not have like the hand ninjas as well?
Yes.
Yes, which is pretty
Yeah.
Wait,
Wolverine's-
hand ninjas, like the actual hand clan, or like little ninjas that
You-
sort of like dance on his hand?
You've seen Spy Kids? You know
Aye.
the hand things there. It's them.
Ah.
I'm joking. It's actually the hand
Ka-
ninjas.
Karen saved us there. Prism has. Oh no!
What are you doing?
Is able to refract most forms of energy directed at him, including ambient light. Eat your words, Jamie.
No.
I don't really think that had light powers,
It
would it?
wouldn't take a scientist to figure out Prism.
But it took us.
Well, I did do science, chemistry, and physics at high school, so I kind of know my shizzle.
Chemistry and physics and passed both. So
Oh,
don't know how I passed them, but
you passed him.
that's all that matters. It's on their certificate.
And that is the end of our comic
No.
chat.
Still got Thor.
Oh,
We can't forget Thor.
oh God! Right, be quick.
Okay, well,
As quick as you were with Superman.
It was good. Done.
it was good. It was the aftermath of events in Midgard, last days of Midgard, and we get Thor, and he takes his haul of
I
Asgard
like that.
and puts in
Gives it
Broxton.
to them, yeah.
That shows that he's taking responsibility for
and
once in his life.
This is Asgard. Asgard's left Earth now because Broxton went to find a new home, and Jane Foster's went with them to represent Earth in the Congress of Worlds. But the reason I want to talk about this issue is because what happens at the end, and all the way through the series,
Yes.
Old King Thor's been fighting Galactus. The last issue, he's got the All Black, which was Gore the God Butcher's weapon.
Yes.
Thor went to a black hole, got it, and then used it, and he says, okay, I'm going to use it, I'm going to feed you. And he just uses all the All Black on Galactus and beats him, and then he saves Earth, and he gives Mars to Galactus, and Galactus is sitting there having a little moan, a little grumpy guts that he is, lost with Thor, and he's sitting there saying, well, at least that weapon's all used up, I can go back once I've, regrown my face, and beat him. And then through that, it just zooms out, and then we see him going, what is this? And the All Black starts coming out, and he screams in pain, and then he just goes, ha ha ha. And then the last panel says, there was born the Butcher of Worlds.
Yeah.
So that is fantastic. I cannot wait to see what he does. And I think it's going to be another arc before we see this come to fruition, because
Yeah.
it takes a break in August,
Yeah.
and it comes back for the anniversary. So really looking forward to that. And with that said, now we're done with the comic bit.
Okay, are you happy with all your toys in your toy box? Are you happy now? You happy? You've mentioned everything? 'Cause toy
Mario.
box with
You guys
Tarzan
can't tell,
and
but he looks
Jay.
really, really angry.
Deep in the jungle, in the land of adventure, lives Tarzan.
I am Jane and I love to ride an elephant.
My name is Tarzan, I am Jungle Man.
The treetops swinging from jungle land.
Come baby, come, I will take you for a swing.
Let's go, honey, I'm tinkling. Tarzan is handsome, Tarzan is strong. He's really cute and his hair is long. Tarzan is handsome, Tarzan is strong. So listen to the jungle song.
I am Tarzan from jungle, you can be my friend.
I am Jane and I love to ride an elephant.
When you touch me, I feel funny.
I feel it too when you're touching me.
Come to my tree house, to my party.
Yes, I'll go if you carry me. Tarzan is handsome, full of surprise. He's really cute and his hair is nice. Tarzan is handsome, Tarzan is strong. So listen to the jungle song. I
got funky, but will Tarzan have Jane? Stay tuned.
Connecting the Campsie communities.
This is Eastern Bartonshire Radio.
Saturday, live from 4.
The Big Glasgow Comic Show.
Michelangelo has like surfer tattoos. Leonardo was...
Who tattooed a turtle?
I know.
On Mixcloud.
Rock Unravel.
Get online to listen to the best music show in Scotland, where you can hear AC/DC, ZZ Top, and everything in between. You'll never be too far away from some classic rock. Mixcloud.com/ED Radio.
Welcome back, guys. And Jamie and Ross have switched positions because Ross is batting himself against a brick wall here, quite literally. That was his own choice to batter himself. I had nothing to do with it.
I was not warned about the corner.
Yeah, as the saying goes, you don't put baby in the corner, but this show we did. In that song, Toy Box, Tarzan and Jane, with Tarzan and Jane, was requested by Becca Crichton, who was a co-winner at last week's Comic Mart. She cosplayed as Jessie from Team Rocket of Pokemon. She even had a plush meow, which I thought was added to the authenticity of it.
She actually had two. She had one that was a big giant one.
I never saw that.
She couldn't decide which one to bring, so...
Oh, damn. So, yeah, jumping right into what happened this week, I met Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. And I got
let's go home.
And I got them to sign for charity, which we'll auction off later in the year, a Big Glasgow Comic t-shirt, which we've had many artists and writers sign, which is fantastic. I didn't want to get a picture with them because I felt I don't want to be a bit of a dick, you know. And the lovely Nicola, my other half, the better half, just went, you know what, fuck it. And we went and...
She is listening tonight, isn't she?
Yeah, she will be. Yeah, I had to... No, I didn't have to.
You just need to throw in that little bit more flattery.
Yes. Just be like, I'm not worthy. But yeah, met them. Any fans of Kevin Smith here?
Yes.
Have you heard of his movie Tusk?
You've told me.
Other than what I've said.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie.
I did overhear him saying that it will be turned back October, November with it in the UK. Mm-hmm. So hopefully all the admins... Hopefully he'll come to Glasgow and all the admins can be there and support and just chant BGCP, BGCP.
Mario, I just want to point out when you asked if there was any Kevin Smith fans, Karen put her hand up. And
oh,
you didn't acknowledge it.
Sorry.
Okay,
Karen is to the back of me. I can't see.
Both, you know?
Yeah, absolutely love Kevin Smith.
Jane Silent Bob.
Yes.
So, apart from Mario's latest status update, will we jump back into the news? Not back into the news, jump into the news.
Yes,
so
I've got some Avengers 2 casting right here.
Oh, really? Who?
Andy Serkis, who played Gollum. Yes. He's been cast in Avengers 2. It's not confirmed who he'll play and if he'll be on screen, but he's also going to be working alongside Mark Ruffalo. And as you know...
Grey Hulk. Calling it Grey Hulk.
Well, I don't know. I think that would be a bit of a stretch
Howard
too
the
far.
Duck?
Don't you go there.
Bryan Singer?
Do you like Howard the Duck? I can't
No,
tell.
no one can. That's the mystery.
He had an interview with Variety magazine, and the interviewer asked, "Will we actually see your face?" He replied with, "I'm not at liberty to mention." So possibly we won't get to see his face. Maybe it'll be a digital character.
Let's be honest. Anything that Andy Serkis is in is mocap.
Yes,
that's what it's going to be. I think
that's why he's working alongside Mark Ruffalo to help him. Well, then again, he's went on to say that it doesn't need the help, but it's to. I think it's a new motion cap. Yeah, tweak it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not really sure who you could play, to be honest. I'm racking my brain here trying to think. When you said the Grey Hulk, I was thinking, what about, kind of you get inside the Hulk's head or something like that. You know how
have a
battle
crisis,
between Hulk,
yeah,
Green Hulk, something like that. But because there's all those rumours that there's going to be a Hulk solo film coming out soon afterwards. But
I think they should go that way, but it's
things in so can hint towards it more.
I think if they're going to do a Hulk solo film, you can't have all these suggestions. Like, you can't have Planet Hulk because then
You
have to have the Illuminati. You have to have a whole bunch of backstory, and then
There's a whole story before it.
Then again,
you
you
need to
could,
have everything that ties in the Civil War. And it's just, I think if they're going to go the Civil War route, they shouldn't, because it's too much mess, and it's just
well,
too much.
if they wanted to go that way with the Illuminati, you could just have possibly Doctor Strange once he's introduced, and
Mr.
Tony Stark.
Fantastic.
Well, Mr. Fantastic and Xavier, Professor X.
Obviously, they can't
Marvel
involve
can't touch them, but they could
Black
use
Bolt.
Black Panther, Black Bolt. There's enough of the Illuminati.
Don't know how I
They could
feel about
introduce
Black Bolt.
Beast, because he's a member of the Illuminati.
he's a
He
king of
was an
darkness.
Avenger as well.
Good
So-
point. Plus, with the rumor that the mutants of the Marvel universe are going to be just miracles or Inhumans as
Yeah.
people, as the rumor goes, they could possibly do that.
What about what's his face?
What's his face? That's a
Ant-Man.
great hero.
I know, I'll have watched its face.
Yeah.
Ant-Man. What about him in the Illuminati?
Well, saying that,
No.
there is a bit of Ant-Man casting news.
Really?
It's almost if
I
you
read that somewhere.
prepared this segue. How did your first segue feel? It's a lot better than Jamie's past ones, and a little bit on par for mine today, I've got to say.
There's been a lot more physical damage to me than I thought would be, but
Yeah, check that casting. David Dashed Mao Chian Heiss. It's not confirmed who he's going to be playing in that, man.
Okay,
But
this week.
this is his second comic book movie. He was one of the clowns in the opening scene for The Dark Knight.
Such a good scene.
It was one of the clowns.
You
You
can't
can't
exactly
tell which one.
you
That
can't
was-
say he's one of the clowns because you don't see the clown's face.
He was the one with the blue smile driving the bus. I don't even know if he had a blue smile.
Wasn't
Don't
that the
quote me on
Joker?
that.
That was the Joker, wasn't it?
I just went with it.
I don't know what's.
But anyway, he was in that movie. And his second movie casting, is it for a minor part, big part? We don't know. It's not been confirmed.
Still
Marvel
not
aren't
sure
telling
about
us.
Ant-Man.
Even though we're pretty close with Marvel.
Not really sure with Ant-Man, to be honest. I'm not really been a big fan of Ant-Man, I'm not gonna lie. But I understand he is a big character in Marvel, and
Yeah.
you need to bring him in, especially with the whole Tony Stark and
Yeah,
Bruce
it
Banner
would
right
it
there.
would give another big brain for Marvel,
Yeah.
which they're lacking due to Reed Richards and Beast. But they could introduce
Yeah.
that character.
I
You
thought
were
you wanted to say
you
something.
were
I
about
was
to
going
say.
to say something, but it wasn't.
Jamie
adding-
remembers what he was going to say.
It wasn't adding to what you were saying. It was going to change the subject because a rumor is, and apparently, you posted this up in the admins a few days ago, Ross.
Okay.
That was a rumor, and apparently it was confirmed, but we don't know if it is confirmed. And Devin
Oh, yes,
Aoki,
Devin Aoki.
Devin
Thank you,
Aoki
Cam.
cast as Katana in Arrow season 3.
Yes,
I
I
think-
got that as well. That was
I
pretty
don't-
big news.
I don't know anything about Katana, but I know she's a samurai sort of ninja sort of
Yeah,
character.
Yes.
When you've
And
seen her in Sin City,
I
think she
pretty
could pull it,
much think that, but yeah, again, it's a rumor. It's not. It might be confirmed. It might not. It's been.
Stephen Amell posted it and said she was definitely in it.
Did you? Oh well, then it's confirmed.
There you
If
go.
Arrow says it, then Arrow is right. That may have came off
I know.
sarcastic.
Where's Matt when you need him to bring Matt's longbow into this
And
discussion?
another thing is Sherlock is apparently returning next year for
Yeah,
4 seasons.
Yes.
And also, if you didn't know, a Christmas special.
Yes.
So I think that could be pretty cool. A little
Well-
bit of comic news here. Mark Waid is returning to Boom Studios with a project that is, in his words, is quite dangerous and that no other comic company would do, and with an artist who is well known and revered, with someone who is one of the most well known and revered artists in comics.
I would say Alex Ross.
I would say that as well, because he said that it was a video a few days ago. He didn't say what the project was. He just said that he was going to be in it. And
Well, speaking of comic news there, I got some news of Deathstroke new series starting in October.
Tony Daniels.
Yeah, I've got faith in the series, but I don't have faith in DC to bring out what they need. From what I read online, it's going to be Deathstroke, kind of like Punisher, going after the absolute worst people instead of just kind of like going after a normal gangster doing it. Oh, I went this way because got laid off. And
I don't know how much faith they've got in this, because the first time Deathstroke was one of the launching titles for a new 52,
Which was one I started with and
and-
disappointed that it canned.
and apparently it was really good.
It
for
was.
the first few issues, and then Rob Liefeld took over and completely bombarded the title with Hawkman and anything else. I don't know why the man's
Rob
still working.
Liefeld is just the bane of anything. I don't know how he's still getting
I don't-
constant
I've
comic
not-
work.
I've not read anything he's wrote.
You
I've,
don't
not,
have
I've
to.
only seen his artwork, and I can say his artwork just looks like Mr. Potato Man on steroids. It's atrocious. So, and then
Kinda wanna
after
see
he
that, though.
left, the guy that done Luther Strode took over the writing, and apparently it was doing good, but then it got canned. And Tony Daniels, he's a competent artist, not
Yeah.
the strongest writer, but a fantastic artist. So if the book doesn't read well, it will at least look good.
Yeah. What I love was he
That's not
is a
his
so.
work, is it?
Alex Ross? Yeah.
God.
Yeah. How beautiful is that? For all those listening, I'm showing Ross here. What is it? Kingdom Come, issue 1. And it's
if you
beautiful painted work. Hands down, favourite artist of all time. There's nothing that can come close to that.
Did he do Identity Crisis as well?
No. He done Justice, which was a mini-series as well.
Yeah, I know what you're
But
talking
that, like you said, Mark Waid,
Huh.
and a big, revered artist. There you go.
I completely
Mark Waid,
forgot he
yes,
did Kingdom Come.
That's why I was looking it up there.
I
Mark Waid and
completely
Alex Ross.
forgot.
Jamie remembers Kingdom Come.
Oh no! Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
That is why I looked up there, because I was like,
I
Mark
knew
Waid,
there was
Alex
a reason
Ross.
you were looking smug.
Yeah. Mario looks smug for no reason at all, other than that he's right.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh, I know, almost as bad as your. I was going to say.
Stop adding to it, Mario. Just stop. Just stop.
But something from the DC news as well this week. Batman 66 has its release date in November this year. It's coming to DVD, Blu-ray DVD, and digital release.
I thought that was alright. Wait, what? Batman? They're making a cartoon of this?
No, Batman 66. They're finally releasing the box set of
Ah, right.
all 120 episodes, I believe.
Oh, that's a
I
lot.
think it was 120 episodes because it lasted 3
Never heard of
seasons.
that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty big news because it's been something that fans have been wanting for ages. Slowly, I think they were trying to get the rights because that was a show that wasn't on one of Warner's own networks.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Fox. I
So
don't
after,
know.
so
But-
after a long fight, fans get the
Yes, they're
the
getting
box
their
sets.
they're getting their love of Blu-ray HD 1080p.
It'll be
Yeah,
a good
with
Christmas
no-
for some people.
With no digital enhancements, nothing else added. A la Star Wars, George Lucas.
Where are you going with this?
Not going anywhere, just wanted to point out George Lucas just doesn't do stuff.
Okay, I was like, wait there, what news do you have in George Lucas? Because I have
That's good.
nothing on him.
His fist was clenched when he was saying all this.
Was that
I'm
right?
not a Star Wars.
Dada.
I'm not a particularly big Star Wars fan. I mean, when I was a kid, I did see the originals that weren't altered in any way, but growing up, the only ones I have seen are the altered ones. So I'd
You
like
a
to
stink.
Mario. That was just,
Even though I despise Jar Jar with a passion,
and yeah, you can do his voice.
Yeah.
You're quite good at his
Fits
voice,
you
man.
perfectly.
Misa love Marvel. Misa love Big Glasgow Comic Page.
And there's our sting for the radio show.
Mario, I just want to point out we lost 2 listeners.
Don't
We
you lie.
lost 4 because of you.
Hey, we lost so many last week I couldn't count.
That's your problem.
And also, big TV news again from DC. What is it with DC and TV news?
in San
Constantine trailer being leaked online.
Constantine trailer.
Sorry,
Pilot
pilot.
episode.
Sorry,
Mario
I'm
remembers.
I'm so used to saying trailers for stuff. I'm not used to saying pilot. Yeah, the first episode being leaked.
Wow.
Guys,
Wow. I
what
mean,
did you think?
Right, honestly, I've never read any of Constantine's stuff.
Yeah.
And Jesus, this stuff was. I'm a big fan of Buffy and Angel, that kind of stuff. Right, before anyone shoots me before I walk out here, I've not seen Supernatural. I'm going to watch it. Okay.
I'm putting my gun back in my bucket.
I'm going to watch
Karen.
it.
Oh,
It was awesome, and I was surprised at the special effects, how good they were. I
Yeah.
mean,
It just
especially for like, I just thought they would try maybe one big magic trick, but no, they had loads of stuff in it. It's
I thought I really liked it as well. I didn't listen to a lot of it because I was talking to Mario.
I did.
No, that's up to you. Just
well,
and then I
maybe
listened
if
to it, I
you
thought,
found a link that worked, okay. I done all the work. I slaved away. I found that link. I downloaded it to my phone just to share with you guys so we could talk about it. Because aren't we here to talk about our love for comics?
Yes, we are.
Come on, people.
I'm going to
the
this
passion there, man.
That was most passion you'll get out of me in the next
minute,
like 40 minutes.
Anyway, it was really well done. Matt Ryan is a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I didn't know how he would fit in the whole Constantine thing because, like Ross, not read a lot of the comics, never read anything Hellblazer. Only thing I've read is bits in New 52 and his appearance in Trinity War. Thought he was good, and obviously Matt Ryan was in Assassin's Creed 4.
Yes,
Fantastic in
so
that.
cool.
Oh my god, it's just Matt Ryan was just fantastic as Constantine. I'd have to say much better than Keanu Reeves because Keanu Reeves was still fresh out of Matrix, still.
I would like to say I've not
sci-fi.
seen
Oh, you've not seen? Oh,
so
I would.
my
Okay,
first impressions
now
is
that you've watched that, watch the
that.
movie, and you'll be disgusted. You'll
don't wanna
throw
be
up.
disgusted.
You'll
It's
throw
not that.
up. at how
It's
bad
not
it
that the
is.
movie's bad. It's just staying true to the comics. Constantine, the Keanu Reeves one, is only true in name, and
Yeah.
a few other things I'd imagine. But
Smoking, which they never had in the pilot.
yeah,
didn't really seem bothered by that. I know
But-
a lot of people were quite angry
Yeah.
about that, but
it's a fantastic show. The thing I like is at the end where it's like you're just surrounded by all the guns and all. I don't know if they're supposed to be mercenaries or something. And he just like claps his hands or a lighter and he just has fireballs.
Yeah.
that was
And
cool.
it ends. But the things that we're really excited for, maybe seeing the later episodes, like all the little Easter eggs that we saw.
Oh yeah, there was
Yes.
only a
Yeah,
few I saw, but I think that's because I'm not used to the
Yeah,
series.
myself. Once I watched it, I picked up certain things and I looked online for other things.
Yeah.
The Ravenscraft Asylum, whatever that he's in at the start, he put himself in there. That happened in the comic. The little geeky guy from Newcastle that he's kind of blackmailing, he was
thought that
actually
was
a
pretty cool.
sidekick.
Yeah, I didn't really think, going in blind here, didn't know how the character
Yeah.
was. But see, when he did that, just blackmailed him into helping. I was just like, whoa, it's got
It,
dark.
it shows you his true colours. He's a
Yeah.
conniving son of a gun who will do anything for his needs and his needs alone,
Well,
no matter who he has to
like
step
Jim-
on.
Like Jamie was saying there, I've only seen him in Trinity Wars, and like there was a scene where he confronts Zatanna.
Mhm.
And like, Zatanna's pretty much telling Wonder Woman, "Don't trust this guy. This guy, he
Yeah.
will backstab you in a second." So I mean, I'm kind of seeing it now. But from that though, there was a skull that Jamie spotted that we think might have been Pandora's box.
Ah.
Yeah, there was a couple things I saw online of that, and I was like, okay, what is that? The only quality that I could find was pretty poor for the pilot. Obviously, when it comes out, we'll be able to examine stuff
Yeah.
a little bit more. Apparently, there's backwards magic somewhere on a
Yeah, I
chalkboard.
think Zatanna's gonna
And
be in that
also, the
show. I
skull
really do.
was said to be online, either a green Pandora's box, a la Trinity War, or the head of a swamp thing.
Ooh, oh, I've
Which
seen that.
tying in with the whole dark supernatural
Justice League
element.
Dark Work, though. I mean,
Yes.
And you think
yes.
maybe we'll have sort of like another Arrow situation where who's Swamp Thing, like even though there's like a whole bunch of them, who's
I want to say,
traditionally the main
his
one?
name's Hector something.
Alex, something was in that.
Alec Hammond?
Thompson?
No, Hammond no.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
To the internet.
To the internet team. Yeah, I really can't remember. But
I'm
if this
missing the
if this
biggest-
element does happen, you've got little mentions of backwards magic of maybe Swamp Thing, Dr. Fate's helmet. If you have that all combined,
I
I
was
spoke
close.
with our dearly departed Jam Fed about a possible, okay, if the Justice League Dark movie isn't happening, could we get a double-length feature movie, TV movie, 2 episodes of a Justice League Dark? Obviously, introduce the characters beforehand, or like they done for Smallville with the Justice Society,
thinking that there.
just you don't even need to mention them. Just throw them in. Fans
They'll know
will,
who it is, yeah.
will either know because they're obviously fans of Constantine. It's got that will grab the fans and gravitate them towards it. I think the show will work. And on you go with the name.
Alex Olsen was the
Ah.
first one, and then Alec Holland. So
Yes,
I mixed them up a wee
think-
bit, but
I think that's the current one as well. I'm
So
pretty sure.
Alex Olsen, then, like, say he could come in. He's a doctor, because isn't Swamp Thing, like, in the old TV show, he was a biologist and he gets turned into it by a lab accident or something.
with chemicals or something.
I'm
I
not
think
too sure.
in the Swamp Thing, I don't know if it's chemicals, but he's connected to the green or something.
Yeah, like the Earth.
He's connected to that, and he's Swamp Thing. you could sort of do what Arrow did yet again with the Flash, introduce him, and then at the end he becomes Swamp Thing. And maybe I don't think Swamp Thing would get his own TV show. Yet again, no one thought Constantine would ever get his own TV show.
That would be quite difficult because it would be a lot of special effects. But if they were to go for a suit, it would work to an extent. Then you would have maybe not all TV shows have good CGI. Some are pretty terrible.
Well, as I said, the special effects for this show were really good. So it might even be that he might be a recurring character that comes back into it. You know, he could be popping up in certain episodes. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
That's the current Swamp Thing, Alec Holland.
Oh well, I'm sorry, not Alex Olsen, not Alex Olsen.
Alec Holland,
brother of the Olsen twins, I assume. Alec,
the one we don't know.
Alec
about.
Holland. You could have him come in, and he could be a doctor, or he could be as Constantine puts it, a petty dabbler in the mystic arts.
Oh, I loved that. That was quite a good, funny element, and I imagine they'll carry that through maybe the first few episodes because they've done it twice and that, and he's like, Master, petty dabbler, and he's like, we need to get those changed.
It's that.
It's
Matt,
he talks.
It's not that. It's Matt Ryan's accent, and
Yeah.
I think he's got one of those voices where it's like he can say anything and get away with it. People will be like, "Oh, shucks, let you get away with it."
What I also like goes is like he can be so casual, and then when he turns angry, you feel it. You know, the situation's getting tense because like there was the one scene where he was trying to what was it? Trap that demon thing.
Yeah, send him back to hell. I'd imagine
and then
so.
it just backfired on him, and he like you could tell, you know, he just changed. He was like, "Get out of the circle now, quickly!" You know, the things are not going as planned here.
Yeah.
So
something I liked is the lassie. She can see all the spirits in that. When she's got the amulet, she says, "Oh, there's a train." He's like, "Oh, is it?" And he just holds on to it. She's like, "There's a train." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And it's like train, and train comes. He's like, "Did you know that was going to happen?" I don't know, prob. Yeah, it's a ghost train. Duh. And then she says, "Can you see?" He's like, "Nah, but your dad tried to tell me, but I've not got his knack." I like how come he is an exorcist and he does all that, and he does do some magic with the fireballs at the end and the vanquishing of the demon.
Yeah,
that's all pretty cool. So we never see a character just use their wits. I mean, in the comics we hear characters like Batman are supposed to be smart, but at the end of the day they always punch their way out of situations. And here we're going to get a character who doesn't punch his way out of situations. He'll lie and scheme and
pretty much
way out of trouble, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
to say the least.
And want to know what else was fantastic this week?
What?
Henry Cavill in Clark Kent costume and the redesigned Superman costume.
Honestly, I've got the picture here. I don't see any big
the
differences
belt,
apart from the belt buckle. Belt buckle.
Yeah, there's not much change. It doesn't look like.
I mean,
but it still looks pretty badass.
I would have expected
New 52.
Red pants are gone.
I would have expected them to do something sort of like Smallville's new costume, where the Smallville costume in the Smallville comic series is effectively just the old classic costume without the briefs. He's got a red belt and a blue and a gold buckle.
So that,
you can't see here up the sides. It's like a dark bluish grey colour.
So is that from
Smallville
comic? So they've just started drawing them like.
They've
like
been on for quite a
you
while.
get different
I know,
art.
but the whole premise of it was a continuation of the series. So it would be Tom Welland's kind of features. There, it just looks like classic Clark Kent from pre-52.
You see it in some. Really,
you do.
Not a lot of them.
Yeah, I know the cover artists do it pretty well. Tom Welland's look like
when it started, Darius did draw him a lot like Tom Welland's. I think that's when they were introducing Diana, and let's face it, Tom Welland's hasn't got the nicest looking face when drawn onto paper. depending on the artist.
Plus, he's to get no chance with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, plus, see, to be honest, I
They
found...
should have went for She-Hulk. Apparently she has chances with everyone.
As long as you're
Chances
strong.
for sexual transmitted diseases and stuff. But that's a different question altogether.
She a whore.
Apparently. Apparently. But let's not go there. That's an area that we don't want to explore and an area that we didn't want to explore. I'm
Anyway,
going to break it this
back to
this
the-
week, guys, sorry. Bryan Singer news.
Again?
Yeah, well, you mentioned him earlier, and I was like, okay, I'll
right.
say that we haven't mentioned him a whole
haven't
show.
heard this one.
But the president of production for Fox, Emma Watts, came out this week and said that she still wants Bryan Singer to direct X-Men Apocalypse. What she actually said was, it was really tough for him. Luckily, we had 18 Mutants to get out there and sell the movie, but I think he did what he had to be done. Right now, we are totally at the outlining phase, but nothing would make me happier than if it all worked out. It's always been the intention for him to do it. And also, a couple of days after that, he Instagrammed a picture of the first page of the Apocalypse script.
Yep,
Did you see
with
that?
Paul,
No.
Paul put that on, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's so much win on that page right now.
Didn't look at it though. I thought, I'll wait until the movie comes out and I'll be,
yeah,
surprised.
or
by
you'll
it.
just wait till Saturday and Mario will ruin it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, right there you've got the first scene is going to take place in Egypt.
You'd imagine
Obviously,
so.
Apocalypse, and also in capitals there about a sprawling battle. Then the Four Horsemen. So we're getting at a battle right away, identifying who Apocalypse is, how his origin, maybe because
What do you
how
think?
the end scene for Days ended. You know.
Do you think it'll be kind of like back in the past, kind of like
Yes,
from the
yes.
start,
Oh,
and
it's
then
go-
it'll
it's-
go to modern days?
I
Well, not modern days, but
I
I,
would like
a bit
to-
further ahead because it's obviously the first class cast that's going to be on it.
Kind of like how come what they did in the Thor movies, where you've got the scenes at the beginning where it's Anthony Hopkins giving the voiceover, and
Yeah.
there's a story, and
Yes.
you've got Apocalypse, the big battles.
Yeah.
I think that could be how it's like it goes through Apocalypse. The story starts off with him as a little kid. That's where you see the
alien
Aye, the-
Celestials.
alien celestials, or I was going to say the pyramid with the
I was
telekinesis,
well,
or
the
whatever Apocalypse's
sarcophagus
powers
kind
is.
of thing,
And you
but-
see through his life, and you see him being defended by the Four Horsemen, and then more through the scene, you just see him growing up.
But then
killing
again,
people.
see the Four Horsemen, they were his kind of means to spread, to conquer. He wasn't defenseless.
Oh,
He's
no,
always
I
been a man of power.
wasn't. I'm gonna go to
So,
fist fight with him.
yeah, because he can transform his fist into like 50 feet wide.
I want that. If it's
I
not in
would
the film,
like
I'm going to be
to-
upset.
What
Okay.
exactly are Apocalypse's powers? I mean, apart from being grey and purple.
I know he's got control over most like mutant
He
powers
can
or
he
something
can
like that.
turn his body into weapons.
Yeah, we'll see that
Because
from what I've never
in
know
the
cartoon
animated series,
that's the
he
first
turns
thing
like
I
a
think.
giant cannon almost on
Yeah.
his arm.
But,
Was he born with that power, or is that because of
He
the
was-
technology he's augmented himself with?
Celestials gave him the power. I think he was a mutant originally.
He was the
can't-
first
He was a
mutant.
first mutant, but I think I can't remember. He was a slave, I want to say, and Celestials gave him the power. I think his ship actually is his means of transport. We're just looking at it.
he has loads of different abilities.
Me-
remember.
molecular self-manipulation, immortality, superhuman physical attributes, teleportation, energy manipulation, technopathy. So obviously control technology.
Psychic
psionic powers,
factor,
healing.
and genius level intellect.
Yes. The strong shall survive, the weak
And then
shall
right
perish.
underneath that it says Apocalypse is a fictional character. Well then, thank you very much, Wikipedia.
Oh no, not again.
What?
You spoiling things for me. I thought it was real.
It's gonna be on my
God's sake,
Christmas list.
Jamie.
I want him.
You want Apocalypse?
Yeah. I want Apocalypse.
From
Well,
Santa.
You want to tell me something about Santa? Is that what you want to say? Yeah? It's a
Wait
kid's
there.
show. Come
Wait
on,
there.
guys.
Wait there, we've just found out Apocalypse isn't real. Karen, are you going to tell me that
No, no,
Santa...
no, no, no.
Oh,
I'll walk out of here right now if you're going to diss that in Santa.
Well, I've got one bit more news. It's DC apparently at San Diego Comic Con is going to show the first ever episode of Gotham, along with footage from Constantine and a new teaser trailer for Arrow Season 3.
yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Jammy mofos. I despise Comic Con for doing stuff like that. It's like, oh, here, spend hundreds of pounds and whatever. Come in here and you get this. Well, decent.
What's the angry grunt? Is that like...
That's me ready to headbutt the mic.
Is it?
Yes, move
angry
that over
grunting.
here.
But surely, if any comic fan out there, when you do that mythical, if you win $100 million on the
Oh, of course.
first thing you do,
Yes.
book San Diego Comic Con tickets.
Yeah,
And it's just
that-
a no-brainer.
It's
That
on the
is a
bucket
big-
list. It's on the bucket list. So
That is the big Comic Con. Well, it's just like a big Comic Mart, isn't it? Come on, Ian, let us know. Yeah, it just seems like it's more than just what comics are about. It's movies, it's shows that are like very thinly related, like Big Bang Theory and stuff, you know. Things like that annoy me, but it's good because that's the crowd that they go for.
Mhm.
That's the crowd that they get their massive ratings in with. Damn
Big
them.
Bang Theory annoys me.
I
Every
like
episode is
You're
like...
wearing a bazooka
Yeah, I mean-
t-shirt.
Oh, get out! Hypocrite! Hypocrite!
No, I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it annoys me because every
Okay,
episode
well,
has
you're-
got, like the side story.
let him talk. Let him talk.
Aye, thank you, Rod.
It will kill him. I mean,
let him speak before he dies. Well, I'm gonna say it's like seems like every episode now is pretty much like half of it is whatever the other characters doing, and the other half is Leonard and Penny, you know, bitching about their relationship. That's boring. I mean,
when you look back at the older stuff, it was funny.
Sheldon was a bit different. They tried to bring
Don't
him
get me
back
started
now.
on Sheldon, I mean.
Leonard's just annoying. Penny's just not dumb, but you know, inconsistent in levels of intelligence.
You would think that long being next to someone, well, people who
Smart.
are smart, it would maybe rub off. And then, wasn't it one of the seasons,
Aye,
I
they're-
think 4 or 5, she like remembered like Star Trek or something,
Yeah,
and he's
she
like,
and
oh,
stuff, yeah.
well done! Like,
And there's one episode where it's like the guys are standing in the desert, but the main thing is
what, they're in the Star Trek costumes?
Yes,
Yes!
So
I
they're-
love that one!
and the girls are arguing about comics, but Penny is just downplayed to be some sort of idiot. And it's
Yeah.
like, we know she's not stupid.
Well,
You've proven
compared
it.
to next to the two
Aye,
women that are
compared
there,
to them, she's not exactly. She's
not on their level.
She's
You
not
ever
on their
notice-
level, but she's not dumb. She's not like
she
completely
did, so if
brain
you look
dead.
back at the older stuff, she knew like social stuff and that, right? But now she really is dumb. I mean, glass of wine, then that's it. That's all you see her with now. So
I like Howard. Howard seems to be like the only character they bothered to progress, but Raj, they should just bite the bullet and then just, you know, bite the bullet and have him make a move on Howard and then go out and get a guy.
I'm expecting the gay thing to come
That's
up
it.
soon.
You know,
It's-
one of the funniest episodes for that was the little mouth that he
Oh,
created, and then
he goes, stop
no.
biting, and I can nibble.
I know,
it's
it's
fu-
like, wait there, move your tongue this way. Oh, doesn't that finish? Oh yeah, and it's just like, oh come on,
One
to
of the
hell.
funniest episodes is when Howard starts acting like a like a woman. He gets really emotional,
Yep.
and
It's not how
yeah,
you say
it's
it.
not it. I need to like reword that. He's
It's hormone
like-
pills or
aye,
something
it's
that he
like,
ends up taking.
it wasn't wearing gloves when applying a certain like
Hormone
estrogen cream or something.
Yeah.
So it like seeps into him, and he starts getting really feminine. And him and Raj just have like this really stupid moment, and Bernadette just walks in, and again just has a look, and then just walks right
Should say
back
they
out.
both were feeling each other up. That's
It was hilarious.
Classic show.
Yeah. So you know now you just don't kill me.
Nah.
Wait,
Yeah.
well, we do have like 20 minutes left, so you've got a
20
short
minutes.
lifespan.
I've got one more bit, well, last bit comic. It's not really
Ooh.
Silent Hill Downpour and Story, written by Tom Waltz with art done by Tristan Jones, who's known for Ghostbusters and Hoax Hunters. I don't see this going anywhere because pretty much everything since the first 2 Silent Hill games have just been rubbish. So,
Same could be said for Resident Evil from a certain perspective.
Yeah, well-
what fan base?
well, at least Resident Evil's had its ups and downs, but the Silent Hill fan base, unlike the Resident Evil fan base, the Silent Hill fans have just been shafted something awful with all the amount of garbage
Beautiful
that's just
wordplay
been
there as well.
thrown them
I've
their
never
way.
seen any. I've never seen any of the movies, but I've been told that
Don't.
from
I've only seen the
from
first
different
one.
people, it's a hit and a miss.
I've only seen the first movie and it wasn't bad. It was They say it's the best video game movie. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's okay.
Okay, have you seen the Resident Evil movies?
Oh, don't even get me started on them.
Oh, that last one was fantastic.
I thought they're all good.
Introducing Chris.
Chris Ridgway.
Chris. Leon Kennedy, sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not
Yeah,
the
that
last
was
one.
the one. That was a
That's the
couple
second
before
last
it.
one.
Never bothered to watch it. I'm not a fan of them.
That one I did enjoy. That actually had a good story
It's
to
good.
it.
Oh, I think they're kind of taking the piss now. I mean, they've done a few. They've introduced other characters,
Oh.
but they're bringing out another one now. and I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
the next one, isn't it called
I
The
don't know, it's-
Last?
Oh, I think it's the last
It's-
one. I mean, it should be the last one.
The tagline's The Last, I'm pretty sure. Resident Evil The Last or something.
Oh,
And
if you remember what happened to the
it's
last film,
Paul-
Resident Evil: The
Paul-
Last Bullet.
Paul Anderson is the one who wrote them all, and he directed a couple, I believe. Paul W. Anderson. I think he was also responsible for PVE, AVP, sorry. Alien vs Predator.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think.
But I think that was last week I saw that, and it's pretty big news for Resident Evil to be getting another movie. But then, from the tagline going, yeah, this technically couldn't be the last, but, you know, it's the last of this
Series.
series.
They'll probably reboot it in the future or something.
Yeah, so
I
Silent
liked it,
Hill,
bro.
compared to Resident Evil movies, what is a better movie, game, movie series, you know, compared
Silent Hill was only had two movies.
Two.
One that was okay, and then the other one that supposedly followed the third one, but just fell apart. So I'd say Resident Evil has them beat because they've got more, but I'm not a particular fan.
Just looking up on Paul W. S. Anderson, he's responsible for a lot of video game movies. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and that movie that we all loved because my name's in it, Super Mario Brothers. Woohoo!
I completely forgot about it. So right at the bottom of my news sheet, Peter Stormare, yeah.
Do I have
Peter,
that, buddy?
Peter
that one. Stormare.
Aye, Peter Stormare has been cast as the new Count Virgo
Oh,
in
yeah.
Arrow season 3.
Yes, big Arrow news.
Yes.
What do you think about that, right? Because remember in the first season they weren't going to go powers and stuff.
Aye.
Right, so Count Vertigo, he has powers, right? So the second one, and they're going to try and introduce more metahumans.
I think
Yeah,
they've said that since the first one is dead,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, I'm pretty sure the arrow to the head, maybe, you know.
Oh, I didn't see that episode. There was a lot of season 2 that I missed, but apparently he's dead. And this one, he's going to bring him back, and he's going to be the new Count with a stronger Vertigo drug. But hopefully, maybe this is going to tie in. It's like he's the real Count Vertigo, and he's
Been
the
using
Count.
that guy.
As far as I know, it's like Count Vertigo in comics. He's he's literal
Yeah,
Count.
he's like Doctor Doom, you know. He's got
Yeah.
like diplomatic immunity and crap,
Aye,
so they
but you
can't
know,
do
not
stuff
as
to him.
not as stylish and as fabulous. I mean,
Yes.
that armor and green tunic, no one can beat that.
No one can pull it off.
Aye, well, people can argue Loki does it better, but no, they're wrong.
We're going to have a lot of angry fans outside in a minute, aren't we?
Yep. James probably among them because he's a big Loki fan. James too.
There are a lot of Loki fans out there, so don't you discriminate anyone else. You've
Discriminate anyone.
That's when he grabs
I'm
the
just-
mic and starts shouting names into it.
Heard the duck!
I'm just saying, you know, Doctor Doom's a bit more stylish in terms of
What?
fashionable evil attire.
Come on, a big
Oh.
metal suit and then a hooded
Doombots as
cape.
well, man. Doombot servants.
Yeah.
I'd go
Yeah,
for that.
Doombot servants I love.
I'll give it to Loki. I mean, he's been reincarnated in comics. He's young and he's got a new coat and a sparkling new sword, but Doctor Doom's done it. So I think Mario and Ross are sitting there doing.
Yeah,
waving their hands about.
we're conspiring against you
We're going to
because
kill you in like 15 minutes or something.
yeah,
I just want to know what he's feeling like, you know.
I know. I think I'm going to take the mic stand there and just batter you over the skull with it.
And then I was going to jump in the table.
Nothing but
and just
physical violence with you,
5-star
Mario.
frog splash you. So.
You mentioned Howard the Duck. That's your punishment.
You just mentioned Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Well, I'm the host, so Ross is intimidated by me. He's sitting next to me.
You said you wouldn't touch me on the air. My parents are listening to this.
You know, nobody strokes co-hosts.
So, Ross, first ever show. How do you feel about it?
Scared, violated.
There was no violation, people. It's all clean.
He has to say that.
He
but-
has to say that, but Mario is, well, notorious for...
What?
I don't actually know.
that
I
hand
don't
up.
know.
I know. I'm like, wait there, what?
Notorious
so
for
you're-
segues.
You are trying to just grab answers out of thin air, answers that are false, and there's questions behind those false answers.
He had
Leading
trouble
into-
there, didn't he?
Yeah,
he had
yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
Right,
I was like,
we're
how can I
gonna
lead
we're
this?
gonna swap this now.
Yes, yes, Ross, you decided to put on the page this week.
Yes, earlier this week, I posted up a thing for everyone who's listening, obviously, and the fans, to give us questions, and we'll discuss them online, or on air. Sorry. So the first question we're going to choose is Greg Findlay. If Flash is so fast, why can't he flap his arms and fly?
That's a very good question.
Now, he can fly because if you're a fan of the Justice League cartoon, Wally West, he actually spun his arms around so fast that he made whirlwinds out of it. So, point that downwards, that's it, he's flying, I think.
But then again,
Pointed too far down and nasty accident.
every comic, he just runs. He vibrates through
It
walls,
works for him.
he runs. Wouldn't it be cool just to see him, just for one joking issue, just to
flapping his
flap
wings.
his arms to fly and have a flight race with Superman, you know?
Superman would win.
Yeah, actually, wasn't that in the cartoon? Superman actually flew. And the
There's
Flash
been
was
many
running.
comics and stuff with that where it's like, oh
We're not
my
gonna
god,
get into that.
Superman let him win.
I think it's general consent.
Jamie remembers his words.
It's general knowledge that the Flash is faster, but overall Superman is considered the most powerful being on Earth. But there are people who are better than him in certain areas. Like the
Yes.
Flash is faster.
Batman's better looking than him. I mean, you've got to say,
Oh.
I've seen that.
Oh, hold on.
Don't
go down that road.
Aye. We all know the best looking one's Martian Manhunter. I mean that that giant cone shaped head. Whew, who doesn't like that?
Right, we're going to go back to the next question then.
yes, we are.
Next one's from Owen Hedges, and it's over the years we've had a few awesome actors as characters. Who do we think is a good match? So one of his examples was Ron Perlman as Hellboy. Very nice choice.
Yes.
That's a good choice.
Now, I was talking to Matt, one of the fellow admins, and
Matt Mitchell.
Yes, Matt Mitchell.
He likes Judge Dredd.
You had to get that in there, didn't you? If you were getting it stinking today, you had to plug that.
Well, we were talking about Game of Thrones, and we were talking about Littlefinger. Matt
Yeah.
thinks he would be a good Doctor Strange, whereas I think he would be a better Baron Mordo. If
Yes.
if that's right. I don't know about you guys, but I think he'd make a good villain at him.
Yeah, well, for Doctor Strange, you would need to have some face villains because
I don't think they're
the
gonna go
majority of them are going to be CG giant monsters, Dormammu.
I'm hoping
and-
he's in the kind of cutscene at the end for his first movie.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be in the first movie at all.
Yeah,
I
because
just
it's
think
a
gonna
bit.
work.
It would be like going to the top of the iceberg and going, oh well, that's the biggest villain that we've had.
That is one of his roles, like the mains. So
He's always crossed over into other smaller events as trying to get his way into Earth's realm by releasing mindless ones and stuff. And
so many things.
He's almost like a supernatural Thanos as much, but not played as much upon recently. I know back in the 90s there was a lot of stuff in the Spider-Man animated show as well. He was on there in there as well.
Quite cool. Also, if you guys are a fan of the Hood in Marvel, he actually was.
Yes.
He actually gave the Hood his powers.
Yes.
Which is quite cool. I thought before he just kind of.
Yeah, but
threw that away. Why would you throw that away?
Well, it was because the Hood discovered
wasn't
that he was slowly getting into Earth's realm.
Through him,
yes,
wasn't it? Yeah.
every time he used his powers was like kind of opening an old door, an old stiff door. Every time he used his powers, it just opened that little bit more, allowing more of his essence to come through.
More during the time when there was a new Sorcerer Supreme, wasn't it?
New Avengers, yes.
Yeah, because the Hood was one of the candidates that could have been it. So
Yeah.
he went around trying to kill everybody to make it him. So, right, next question. One's from Stephen McLaughlin. If Marvel or DC brought out a Mario Kart game, what characters would you play? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go Spider-Man. Spider-Mobile.
Spidey.
If it's DC, it's Superman. Obviously, if it's Marvel, it's Thor.
Oh, what's Superman going to have as a car? And that's the only thing. He'd just be flying.
A supercar.
Okay, we'll give him a scooter. You can just push it.
I would love to see Nick Fury commanding the helicarrier. That would be fantastic. Just a miniaturized version of a helicarrier. He's sitting in the middle, just flying around the track. Fantastic.
We could go Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. route and go with Coulson's car.
Yes.
You don't even have to have like a miniature helicarrier. You just have like a cutscene where you select him and just Nick Fury with a flag, like arms like that, just like on the top of the helicarrier, and it's just like a little hologram with a little cart just going about. It's actually just the big helicarrier.
Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah. Well, technically you could go Ghost Rider in any vehicle. Like you could.
Started off on a horse, didn't they?
Yes, he did.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the bike.
He's in a car now.
Is it?
Yeah, they've got a new Ghost Rider. The series isn't that great, to be honest.
Does the car change?
Is it the same?
Or is it just a car?
See that Ghost Rider? Is it the same spirit or is it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh well, same Ghost Rider then.
Yeah, same Ghost Rider.
Different host.
Yeah, that's a different host.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Will we say that one, Stuart Little? Do you think that Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow, is a relative of Dr. Fraser Crane and his brother Niall? Oh, kind of good point, to be honest.
Oh god, actually it is. I think about it, it is actually a good point.
I have no idea who those characters. I know who.
You ever seen Fraser?
Oh,
Kelsey Grammer.
That's it.
Oh, alright, I have seen that.
So he's thinking Scarecrow. Then.
I don't know, maybe that would explain why those two are so pompous and arrogant. Try and separate themselves.
They've got this third brother, and they're like, okay, disattach yourself.
You are not posh enough to be us, and then the dad's like a broken cop, just like, you guys are an embarrassment.
I know. At least he's doing something. He's scaring people.
Aye, he's trying to scare people on a mass level. What are you to do? Use bicker about wine. For shame, sir.
So shall we go for one more, and that'll be us?
Yeah.
I think there was one that we all were quite chuckling at. It's up a wee bit if you move up, Karen. Cheers. And it's from Greg again. Is it?
No,
it's
Douglas Baxter.
Sorry.
This is a big topic. This is why we saved it to the last.
Who could slice the better sushi rolls? Wolverine, Deadpool, or Warpath?
I would have to like to say, see from the start there, your three characters: Warpath, Deadpool, Wolverine.
Warpath's a bit weird for me.
Wolverine's claws, you've got to remember, one is up the middle, and two kind of stick out at an angle.
What if it hits it like at the middle bit, so it's just going to chop like fast? You know, that's not sushi rolls, is it?
No.
Never mind then. I don't eat sushi, so.
Wolverine's claws pop at an angle.
Yeah, see if you look at the comics, his middle one is straight. They're not all straight because the way the arm goes. They pop up kind of like that. See if I take those two fingers down, that one's straight up, Jamie.
Well, I think he's giving me a message here.
So they two kind of go like that. For those not on that can't see, I'm giving Jamie my representation of Wolverine claws with my hand.
Middle finger keeps coming up a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to say Warpath because I like my sushi rolls cut evenly. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the thing. Deadpool gives you it with a little bit of sass on the side, or should I say?
No, there's a difference
saucy
between
sass.
being sass and the.
You actually stumped them halfway through.
I know. See if I'd thought of this earlier, I would have said it right at the beginning of hour one. Now I know what kills Jamie.
I'm not a fan of Deadpool. I don't.
Not many people are if you read the
I do
admins.
find him funny, like when he's being crazy and then he breaks the fourth wall. Like he'll just turn around and say, "Check out this comic," and the comic character will be like, "What?" And then that's kind of funny. But the bit where he's just rambling on is making puns. Nah, it's not for me.
I like some of the times where like some people ask him, "How are you so messed up?" and you'll start telling somebody's like kind of origin story. If you ever played Marvel Ultimate Avengers Alliance, you talk to Deadpool a lot, and he just every time he says something so daft. One of my favourite ones was when he pretty much called himself the Hulk. He was saying like, I was hit by a gamma bomb. Every time I get angry, I explode into this big green beast. Oh wait, what was the question again? That's why I like that Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, just going through the page right now. I think this might have been it. Yeah, I put a question up. If the rumours of a Deadpool movie are true, should he / not break the fourth wall? And if he does, how should it be done?
Well, I had a big bit for this because
Yes.
I agree. He should break it. That's one of Deadpool's main things about him, because he knows he's a comic book character. And if a movie was to come out for Deadpool, one of the things that I always pictured happening was, like, imagine it's a big laboratory or something. Deadpool's talking to a scientist. The scientist just telling him how to save the world or some crap, and then it just cuts to Deadpool, and he's just talking to himself, talking about this guy. I've seen him in something before. Oh my god, that's Robert Downey Jr. He was in Iron Man. Oh my god, what should I say? Should I tell him I like him on Twitter? No, that's stupid. What do you guys say? He looks actually to the screen when he says this, you know. I think that's the kind of stuff that you should have.
Okay, and with that explanation, I've got to agree with you there. That would be
Thank you.
fantastic. And to wrap up, guys, how's it been, Ross, for your first show?
As I said, it's traumatising, but no, I think
Oh,
we're back.
come on, traumatising. You loved that, don't you lie?
He has a soft touch.
Is-
Jamie looks insulted there.
Not insulted, just a bit bewildered.
If anyone's been noticing, we've had a theme today. The songs have been chosen by the co-winners of the cosplay last weekend at the Ultimate Comic Mart. We're at Walkabout in 2 weeks' time.
We'll be seeing him again, hopefully, if you guys can make it.
Yes, cosplay competition's 7 to 7:30 on the Saturday. Don't come on the Sunday, but well, come on the Sunday dressed
course,
up
come
if
on
you
the
want.
But also-
But this song was requested by Kitala NB on Facebook, and she won with the Mandalorian outfit. Other famous Mandalorians, Jango Fett, and the well, is it his son or is it a clone?
It's his son.
I would go for clone.
Clone son. There we go.
Yay! So all the songs been selected by them. We're at the Walkabout 2 weeks time for the
19th of July,
19th and 20th of July for the not the Ultimate Comic Mart.
Bruce Wayne's annual Hootenanny.
Yes.
On that note, if you are coming for the cosplay competition, we're trying to get Batman, like, because it's the 70th anniversary.
Yes.
So all the Batman costumes we're trying to get in there because there's going to be a big picture.
Even if you're not going to enter any cosplay competition, just come dressed up. Everyone's going to be doing it.
Everybody's going in tuxedos and suits. You know, it's a fancy thing.
Yes,
you
it's
know?
a fancy thing.
In saying that, guys, see you down the road. We are the Big Glasgow Comic Page, and this is Aerogram Dreams and Bridges.
You've been listening to the Big Glasgow Comic Show on East Bartonshire Radio. Follow us online at edradio.co.uk, on Twitter at ed_radio, or on Facebook at facebook.com/edradio.